Hello, feed from the future here. Well, this technically the day that I'm recording this is the day that this is probably getting uploaded. Um, I'm just going to say that season two has been wrapped for a while. I am just trying to throw together my last few matches. I just uploaded my match against Wancho, and I'm going to be uploading here my matches against Rosemary Kelly, aka Necra, as well as my battle against Schmon, the coach of Iron Hand Swerp, um, as a sort of wrap up for season two. Season three is ongoing. I will be uploading my first video for season three very shortly, probably today. And as you may notice, I'm wearing the same shirt as I will be wearing in my season three week two matchup against Jake. So good luck, me in the future 5 hours from now. I just want to say thank you for watching if you are watching this video, and hope you keep an eye out for the season 3 videos that I'll be uploading shortly. Thanks. Hello, and welcome to week number 6 of the VGC Casters Cup. I am Alpha Phoebe, coach of the Urbana Umbreons, and this week I will be going up against Necra, aka Rosemary Kelly, of the Shoutcasting Sylveons. Rosemary Kelly is a great friend of mine. We are both Boston locals and travel to a lot of events together on the same flights, so we've gotten to know each other quite well over the past couple of years. Which means I am especially afraid of facing her. I know that she is quite good. She has done, fairly reasonably well in the Wolfie Draft League, and she has done quite well so far in the VGC Casters Cup, and I have yet to scrape a win. You might be wondering why I'm doing week 6 before week 5. It's because, unfortunately, I've been unable to schedule week number 5, so I'm just going to go ahead and play up against Rosemary this week. Go quickly through her team, quickly through my team, and then we can get right into the battles themselves. So her first pick was, of course, Raging Bolt. You see it here. It's really dominant, one of the most meta warping Pokemon in this regulation. Calm Mind movesets, Thunderclap, Thunderbolt, Draco Meteor. It's a very strong hitting special attacker, and definitely a Pokemon I expect to see this week. Up next, we have Alolan Ninetales, and this was actually a Pokemon I was very afraid of last season. This season, I am as well. I know how hard it can be to deal with snow warning causing a blizzard to start, and that raises all of the defensive stats of Ice-type Pokemon. And then, of course, with Aurora Veil being one of Alolan Ninetales' moves, I probably should have brought a bit more weather control on my team this week, but I instead opted for something a little bit different. With a snow going, Blizzard is going to be guaranteed to hit, which is, of course, very scary. It's a not very offensive focused Pokemon, a little bit more defensive, but it is fairly fast with a 109 speed stat. Up next is a Pokemon we see in Pokemon Go very frequently. I haven't seen too much of it in VG. That is Galarian Moltres. It is a fairly bulky Pokemon, having access to some of the same moves as the standard Moltres. I believe. Let me actually pause. So after checking really quickly, it actually does not get all of the same movesets. I forgot that when I was checking out the moves available. You have to check all of the boxes to get the website I was using to go from standard Moltres to Galarian Moltres. It has Nasty Plot and the ability to set up and some slightly supportive moves. I'm not 100% sure I'll see this Pokemon this week, but we'll see. It's one of Rosemary's higher tiered Pokemon. Up next, we have Espathra. Espathra with Lumina Crash is a really good Pokemon to have next to Raging Bolt. Able to lower the special defense of my Pokemon and then potentially hit really hard at the same time. Speed Boost and Frisk are both really solid. I would potentially expect this to be Frisk because that's really useful when in closed team sheets. It's pretty middling stats, besides for a reasonably good special attack stat, which makes sense as it is a special attacker. Definitely a Pokemon that we could see this week, but I'm not necessarily guaranteeing it like I would with the Raging Bolt. Pokemon that I know that she is liked is Gliscor with access to Poison Heal. You can give this Pokemon Toxic Orb for a secondary leftovers like heal. Strong physical attacker, very defensively bulky, pretty decent speed. Hard hitting like Earthquake, gonna have to watch out for. Also good flying type coverage as well. She does have the brother of my Trick Room setter, Galarian Slowbro, with Regenerator, Own Tempo, Quick Draw. I expect if she is running this, it's going to be on Regenerator, and likely it may be a set that is to try to shut down my own Slow King. We'll have to see if she is running Trick Room plus Imprison to try to stop my Slow King from setting up Trick Room. I'm not 100% sure she'll bring it, but I feel like she if she wants to shut down Trick Room in a guaranteed way, it's a must bring in that sense. Otherwise, she doesn't really have any other options. Pokemon that she I know she likes a lot because her husband used it to win a regional is Scyther. Technician is likely the ability of choice. It has access to Tailwind, Dual Wing Beat, it's like Close Combat, Knock Off, a couple of other coverage moves. I think this will come as a form of speed control on her team, with the ability to get in some quick damage otherwise. I did not really look up Combusken with access to speed boost. Maybe this is something that I should have paid attention to, but because it's a middle tier evolution and a very low tier pick, I just kind of didn't pay attention to it. Rillaboom is her next S tier pick, and I expect this Pokemon to come. Grassy Surge, Fake Out, really strong supportive Pokemon with damaging moves like Wood Hammer as well as Grassy Glide to get priority. Very strong physical attacker, also very bulky. I know it typically runs moves like or items like Assault Vest, so I expect to see this Pokemon, and I hope it doesn't cause me too much trouble. Next Pokemon she has is Sandy Shocks, which pairs quite well with her Gligar in terms of having two offensive ground types, but this has a subtyping of electric, so you won't want to click Earthquake next to Sandy Shocks, as its only ability is Photosynthesis, unless she's doing something tricky like Air Balloon Sandy Shocks, but that would be a little bit crazy. It's a very strong special attacker, fairly fast speed-wise, potential user for a Choice Scarf, perhaps. I haven't seen too many sets of this Pokemon, so I'm maybe not the most prepared for it. Coughing has move or ability Levitate, so theoretically could be used next to Gliscor. I didn't really prepare for this Pokemon because it's Stage 1 evolution, doesn't have amazing stats, but that might prove to be my downfall. And last but not least, she, of course, I don't know if she followed my lead, but we both selected a mascot as our final pick, and of course hers was Eevee. I don't really expect to see Eevee this week, but we'll have to see if she decides to be silly and bring it. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. All right, on to my team. All right, so here is my team. Maybe no big surprises for those of you who have seen past weeks. Got Fluttermane, Terra Ghost, Mystical Fire as my coverage move in case she brings a couple of Terra Steels. Shadow Ball and Moon Blast, of course, and Protect with Booster Energy going to the special attack. I think this is the similar set as I've used in the past, with just a lot of offensive pressure and not a ton of bulk. Up next, I have Talonflame, which is going to be Terra Grass. Wanted to be able to resist Raging Bolt's electric type moves, but not be worried about any potential grass type damage coming my way. Tailwind, Flare Blitz, Brave Bird Protect, and Covert Cloak so that I can very comfortably ignore a Rillaboom on the other side of the field. I am bringing Trick Room this week, and I probably try to play it in game number 1 unless it looks awful into the team that she's bringing. Psychic, Trick Room, Sludge Bomb, Nasty Plot with Mental Herb so that I can guaranteed get Trick Room up unless I am knocked out. Amoongus, Pollen Puff, Rage Powder, Sludge Bomb, Spore, pretty typical set on Citrus Berry because she does have a good number of special attackers over physical attackers. Basky Legion is going to be on the Choice Scarf set again with adaptability and all the moves that I have been running on the Choice Scarf set. Last but not least is Orthworm, which will be probably the Pokemon if I do lead... if I do end up leading my Galarian Slowking, I will also lead Orthworm next to it because Steel typing looks fairly good into her team. And Body Press, Iron Defense, Protect, Substitute to try to keep it on the field as long as possible. I do have Earth Eater, so I'm able to take in a lot of her ground type damage without taking super effective. And then looking for a Terra type here, I ended up going for Fighting because I just wasn't sure of a defensive Terra type that made a lot of sense, so I went for Terra Fighting in order to have maybe a little bit more offensive pressure and maybe make her think a little bit more about what move she's clicking into my Orthworm. All right, that's it for the intro. I'll come back to you when we're ready for the battles. Alrighty, we are searching. We've already exchanged Terras. She's bringing Rillaboom, Terra Fire, Ninetales, Terra Fire, Gliscor, Terra Water, Raging Bolt, Terra Electric, Combuskin, Terra Fire, and Moltres G, Terra Poison. I do not like the fact that she brought Combuskin, so that's great. However, she did not bring her Galarian Slowbro, so I am likely feeling pretty confident about bringing my own. Downside being that she did bring her Combuskin, so she does have fire type damage. So I wasn't expecting that, but I doubt she leads it. I did look extremely briefly into Combuskin, and I don't really have a great sense for what it does besides speed boost shenanigans. However, that does not matter when it comes to Trick Room. All right, so she has a couple of Terra Fires. So I feel like Basket Legion makes a lot of sense there. Also, with it in the back and it being Choice Scarf, it's very threatening with Last Respects, so I think it's gonna be Basque as my final Pokemon here. She doesn't have any Terra Normals, so I think game 2 leading like a fast lead makes a lot of sense. So we'll go for slow here and see what she leads. Ah! Oh, I'm always so nervous going into it. Let me see if I can pull more up about Combuskin. Flame Charge, Focus Energy, Power Up Punch, Bulk Up, Swords Dance, Night Slash, Will-O-Wisp. Like, Will-O-Wisp Substitute. Will-O-Wisp is the only thing that's really falling to me as something I really need to look out for. But I'm not... I mean, Basket Legion's in the back, so... I guess it's probably Focus Sash. I think me bringing the slow team in front will confuse her a little bit. We'll have to see if there's anything that does threaten me before I decide what to click. Likely going Trick Room plus Iron Defense, but we'll see. Ninetales Gliscor is a great lead for me. Slowking Earthworm. I am slightly threatened by the Gliscor here on my Slowking. Question is, does it pick up a one-hit knockout? If it's like banded, it might. But so I could Terra Fairy here, Trick Room to survive an Earthquake. I think that's a play. Trick Room plus Iron Defense. Not really worried about any of the moves from the Gliscor into me. The Ninetales also doesn't really threaten me either, so this should be good. Hopefully. We'll see. She could double into the Slowbro, which would be a bit of a pain if it does pick up a knockout, especially... Wait, am I dumb? She Blizzard? No. Okay, Blizzard. Avoids the Orthworm, that's not what I care about. But also it does not do all that much damage. Sword Dance comes through. Okay. We got Trick Room off. Iron Defense also goes through. So... Alright, Swords Dance means that it can protect likely. Poison goes up. Gonna start healing. I think my play here... I could Nasty Blot. I could do something else, like switch. But I Terra Fairy'd. And I know that the Blizzard isn't doing all that much, so... Let's go ahead and... Go to Nasty Plot and Iron Defense again. Yeah, I think 2 stages will be nice. Hopefully she defends the Gliscor or protects. Oh wait, no, she I would have seen that already. Okay, so this might hurt, but Terra Fairy High Horsepower does pick up the knockout. Ugh. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping she would go for Protect there, I guess. Blizzard does hit this time, not very effective. I get my leftovers healing. I can come in, Basket Legion doesn't make any sense, so I think it's just always Amoonguss here. I did Terra. I think we Spore here, and we Body Press here. Try to put the Gliscor to sleep, and hopefully knock out the Ninetales. It could be Focus Ash, in which case I'm kind of just giving up my... I think I'm giving up my Amoonguss. We'll see. Let me write down. Gliscor has Sword Dance and High Horsepower. Ninetales has Blizzard. Amoonguss uses Spore, but it failed? Am I dumb? Why does it not? Amoonguss avoids it? That's huge. Okay. So I can't put it to sleep? Why? Oh, because it's poisoned already! Duh! Okay. Go ahead and Sludge Bomb here, and Body Press here. That's silly of me. I think my Amoonguss goes down here. That does not do great damage. Dual Wing Bait. Picks up the knockout, that's fine. I'm a bozo for clicking sleep into poison. God damn it, dude. There's really no way for me to make the Gliscor go to sleep, I guess. The question becomes, what is the move I want to lock myself on with my Basque? If I had gone in with Basque, I don't think flip turn. No, I would go slower. And it is Terra Water on the Gliscor, which makes sense. If Trick Room's still up, I think I just lose my Basque. I guess I could double target that slot. Grassy Surge, so let's see. Check status. We have one more turn of Trick Room. So if I Aqua Jet plus Body Press, I go first on both. Okay, that was just... I'm getting boomed. I'm getting boomed. Alright, so Gliscor does have Protect. And she's gonna Wood Hammer, and that's gonna knock out, and I'm just boomed. I don't think there was anything I could have done against that. Because, like, I can't... if I Last Respects, I go slower. I could have targeted the Rillaboom, but, like... Let's go ahead and Body Press the Rillaboom. If this knocks out, then, like, I maybe kind of threw a little bit, but I don't think I have the ability to take on 1v3 here. Horsepowered there, I could have gone into grass. Dual Wing Beat's gonna do nothing. She's probably got Earth Power here. Or Knockoff. No, my lefties! Rude. Oh, and Body Press doesn't pick up the knockout? That sucks. Alrighty. I mean, there's no reason to not just Body Press this. Dual Wing Beat's gonna chip me. She Earth Power now? Oh wait, no, she won't Earth Power ever, because Wood Hammer makes sense. That does nothing. That's gonna knock it out? Question mark? No. Okay, so good thing I still targeted that slot. I don't think I win. I think it's probably going to be let me write down. Rillaboom has Wood Hammer. It's gonna be the Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt is Terra Electric. I imagine she Thunderbolts here. Let's go ahead and just click Body Press. Getting rid of the leftovers was smart so that I don't have like a great late game win condition against her. Probably Terra Electric. And by probably, I mean definitely, she's not going to give up her flying typing here. Raging Bolt is going to be using probably Thunderbolts. Gliscor outspeeds, but I guess I kind of knew that. High Horsepower and Dual Wing Beat. Dual Wing Beat. Raging Bolt uses Thunderbolt, and it picks up the knockout. Thunderbolt. Alright, lesson learned. Okay, so she had... Her lead was Gliscor Ninetales, and she put Rillaboom and Raging Bolt in the back. So both her front and the back were pretty... Well, her front was pretty weak to... my Basket Legion, so I think maybe I go Flutter Basque. I don't know. I mean, I think if I had swapped out on the high horsepower, that would have been better. I like really was not I mean, high horsepower going into like the Amoonguss was rough. Swords Dance makes a ton of sense. She's gonna definitely not be as willing to Swords Dance with my faster lead here. Maybe game 3 I do a fast lead with Trick Room in the back. If I can force a game 3. But hey, I'm not going to click Spore into Gliscor again. That's for sure. Unless it's turn 1, but I'm not leading it, so. Alright. Lessons learned. Can't put to sleep something that's poisoned. I knew that, but I forgot about it in the moment. I don't think she switches it up. She might Terra Water her Gliscor here. Blizzard is a special move. I'm not terribly worried about it. She didn't set up Hail, or Snow, which is interesting. So if that's the case, then I probably just... and she could protect the Gliscor, I guess. Gliscor Rillaboom. Okay. I don't think she's gonna expect Mystical Fire, so I think I do flip turn Mystical Fire. And she has no fake out pressure here, which is really nice. Mystical Fire plus flip turn. She's likely gonna Terra the Gliscor to just save it, or protect, which is fine. Either way, the Mystical Fire lands. She could Grassy Glide, but it's not gonna knock out, I don't think. Unless she's trained very... Well, Grassy Glide, I guess, goes first. Protect makes sense. Flip turn. Then Mystical Fire picks up the knockout, question mark? Not even close. Special attack fill! Woodhammer into the Flutter does pick up the knockout. That is not ideal. Rillaboom. I can freely flip turn into the Gliscor. She does not have fake out pressure. Based on what she brought last time, Fire and Flying are both good into the Rillaboom. I think I'm pretty free to Tailwind here, but I don't need Tailwind, right? I can just Brave Bird into this slot, and I flip turn again. Withdrew Rillaboom. Okay, so is Brave Bird the right move? I'm assuming it's going to... Oh, Moltres. That's fine. And she Terra Waters, which makes sense. I probably Terra Dark. Special attack Rose. Flip turn. Wish I did it into the Rillaboom, I guess, but that would have been kind of a crazy read. Alright. Mungus comes out. Wing Beat hurts. It is physically defensive, which sucks. But I think I go for Tailwind here. And I Terra Dark. Do I Pollen Puff or Spore? Or do I Rage Powder? I think I Rage Powder. This will allow me to get the Tailwind off for sure. I'm assuming she's clicking Tailwind, but I'm not sure. Fiery Wrath. That hits both. Fuck me, dude. Ah! God damn it. If only it didn't hit both. Alright, I think I just lose now. Alright, in comes Basque. We lock in Last Respects for sure. And then we Sludge Bomb or Pollen Puff? They're equal. We could poison. And also stab. That must be Scarf. That must be a dark type move. Well, hey, if I knock out the fucking... That's so annoying. Oh, wait, is Fiery Wrath a prio move, maybe? I don't know, I lose. This is so Jover. I mean, I could, like, Aqua Jet for a KO, but... Like, I'm locking myself into it for one singular KO. That's frustrating. I got boomed. And her targeting Amoonguss makes a ton of sense. Because I cannot do anything now that I've locked in Aqua Jet. Well, that healed a lot. Let me look that up. I don't know. Moltres Fiery Wrath. Galarian Moltres. Scarlet Violet. Fiery Wrath. Click on Galarian Moltres. No, it's not Prio. She's just actually faster than my Scarf Basque. That's crazy. Go, Aqua Jet! That's insane to me. Well, I guess Moltres probably has a better base speed. Speed is 90. Compared to Basket Legion, which is 78. That would be why. Okay, so she's probably trained in speed and scarfed. GG's. That was tough. I think I win game 2 if she's not scarfed on her Moltres. I think the Basque just takes over that game. But yeah, game 1 I boomed to myself, plus she just did the right things at the right time. Like, the Swords Dance at the very beginning was really smart. Took advantage of the fact that I had led Trick Room and I did not have the ability to remove the Gliscor off the field. Like, I think even if I target it with damage. I still don't. So, is what it is. Alright, GG's to Rosemary. As I expected, she boomed me, and I am going to be going into week number 7 without a win, and I will be facing Schwan next week, so that's going to be a toughie as well. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed, click subscribe for the last one. Make sure you check out Rosemary's point of view so you can see exactly how she decided to boom me this week, and I'll see you around. Bye. Hello, and welcome to week 7 of the VGC Casters Cup. This is the final week of the regular season, and I have not had the best season. I have 2 technical wins. I think I was given a win against Lee as he was having issues with coordinating, and I was given a win against Trainer Bai because I won the Bai. Big surprise. In the final week, I'm going to be facing up against Schwan, who I had the pleasure of meeting at EUIC this year. I'm going to go briefly through his team. I know he's had a long day, and he's going to be waiting for me. So I'll do this really quickly, go through my team quickly, and we'll get the battles on the way. Up first, he's got Ursaluna. Of course, he is the Iron Hands Twerp, a very punny name. Standard Ursaluna, I'm expecting Guts. Typical moves are like a ground move, whether it be Earthquake or Headlong Rush, or maybe both, Facade, and expect the held item to be the Flame Orb. Very strong physical attacker. I've tried to tech some of my team to help me deal with this Pokemon because I expect him to bring it. Very slow, so of course his second pick was Porygon 2, one of the premier Trick Room setters in the format. Download is likely its ability, though Trace has some play as well. Very bulky because of its it has an extra evolution, so it carries the item Eviolite. Ice Beam coverage, Tri-Attack potentially. We'll have to see exactly what he runs, but I'm expecting maybe Protect and Trick Room as well. We have Scrafty up next. Scrafty is an Intimidate as its ability. Also has Moxie and Shedskin. I expect Intimidate because I am bringing some physical attackers. It also has access to Fake Out, so I've gotten some Terra Ghosts. I've left on the Covert Cloak on my Talonflame, so trying to cover for that. Not the most threatening offensively, but fairly bulky. He has Chandelure next. Flashfire, Flame Body. Not necessarily expecting Chandelure to come to this matchup. I don't think it makes a ton of sense. Into my team. Very strong special attacker, but slower than some of my threats, so I expect to see Chandelure on the bench. Riwambi, I expect Sweet Veil to come to try to counteract my Amoonguss. I'll have to keep that in mind, that I am not allowed to click Spore when Riwambi is on the field or could be going onto the field. It's going to potentially carry Tailwind as well. I expect to see it this week, even though maybe it's not come to all of his matchups, but I think it's going to be pretty good into me. 124 speed means it's pretty fast, so I'll have to keep an eye out for this. Typing Fairy Bug is a little bit weird, but not that amazing into my team. Pheasantipity is up next. Very specially defensive, middling speed. Toxic Chain or Technician are options. I think this also can run Tailwind, has access to Nasty Plot, a couple of different tricks up its sleeve. Might come, might not 100% sure. Fungus, Effect Spore, Regenerator. I'm not necessarily expecting Fungus to come this week, but we'll see. Dugtrio, another Pokemon that I did not really spend too much time in looking at. Arena Trap is probably going to be the ability that comes, given I think it's the most useful. Really high speed, so maybe that's another reason for it to come to this week, because it's one of his faster Pokemon, and I'm pretty fast myself. But ground typing is not that amazing into my team. Hydreigon with Levitate. I'm gonna remember that. Don't use ground moves into it, though I have that many. Pretty strong special attacker. Probably going to see this week. Not really sure what to look out for otherwise. Dark and Dragon type coverage. Also has access, I think, to like Energy Ball and some other coverage moves. Iron Leaves is also a Pokemon that I'm not really familiar with. It's a grass and psychic type, but has access to like Leaf Blade and the Sacred Sword, which is kind of the signature move of these like the legendary trio that are now is this futurified because it's the iron variant. Not Iron Valiant, the Iron variant. Probably comes, and I've tried to tech my team a little bit. I'm bringing a Pokemon that I haven't before. We'll see how it works. It's kind of cheesy. Stone Journer, don't really expect to see this. I haven't even looked up what its ability does. If it does come, I'll have to look it up really quickly. Last but not least is going to be Cramorant. Also not really expecting this to come. Pretty low tier Pokemon. We'll also need to look up what it does. All right, that's it for my team. It was a bit of a quick run through. For his team. Let's go through my team right after this. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna leave my camera here for a second. My first Pokemon is Fluttermane. Now that you know what it is, I'll move my camera up to the top. Pretty standard set. I'm bringing Energy Ball this week for some coverage into water types, potentially. I am a little more walled by like a Terra Steel on Hydreigon. I expect that to be the case. Talonflame, pretty much the same set. Covert Cloak to keep it safe from Fake Out, so that I can use Priority Tailwind, Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, Protect. Zangoose is the one Pokemon that I have not brought in the past, but I am bringing this time because he's a little bit weak to Ghost plus Fighting coverage. Belly Drum plus Citrus Berry means that I can boost my attack all the way up. But it's going to be a little bit tricky to use it because it's not the fastest Pokemon on my team. I'll probably want Tailwind up with it or a Mungus next to it to direct away attacks. Speaking of Mungus, I've brought a slightly different set. I'm bringing Leaf Storm instead of Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff I don't think has given me a lot of utility in the past, and I'm again afraid of like some Terra Waters here, as well as just wanting to have maybe a surprise hard-hitting in Leaf Storm. Basculete Legion's the same set, adaptability choice scarf with Flip Turn, Aqua Jet, White Crush, and Last Respects. And Orthworm's coming as a kind of a harder answer to the Trick Room that I expect him to bring. Body Press, Iron Defense, Protect, Substitute. I have the ability to go for Zangoose and Amoonguss in the lead game one, but that's probably a little bit weak to Ursaluna plus Porygon 2, so we'll see what he brings. I'll make a decision. Maybe Amoonguss Zangoose comes game 2. Alright, that's it for my team. Let's go ahead and get talking to Schwan to set up these battles. Alrighty, so he has sent over his Terras. I'm locking in my team. Operations are complete. Let me say good luck, have fun. Alright, so he's got Scrafty, Terra Poison, Ursalune, Terra Ghost, Porygon 2, Terra Grass, Iron Leaves, Terra Fairy, Hydreigon, Terra Steel, Ribombee, Terra Dark. So it's Terra Grass, which is unfortunate because I went for a grass coverage for a Terra Water potentially. If it's Terra Grass, then I feel like it's maybe Talon plus Flutter in the front. Do I do Basculete Legion Orthworm? I like that, actually. It gives me a second swap in to the Ursaluna if he brings that. It's a little weak to the Scrafty in the back, but that's not too bad. We're going to leave Amoonguss and Zangoose behind. I'm not feeling it game one. Let's see what he leads game one. Yeah. I am as always nervous and not as prepared as probably he is. Alright, leads are Ursaluna Porygon. Okay, so I called that. It's Trace. Okay, not download. So I feel like I'm pretty good to just Brave Bird plus Moonblast? Or do I Energy Ball the Ursaluna? I'm pretty sure he's gonna protect the Ursaluna. That's like so common with Ursaluna Porygon leads. Let's double into the Pori. I don't know if it'll knock out. No protect. Doesn't knock out. Ice Beam into the Flutter, and that's probably a double into the Flutter. Oh, freeze. Alright, so Pori 2 has Ice Beam and Headlong Rush into the Flutter. That's okay. Alright, so the Pori's really low. I think I bring out Basket Legion. And I flip turn and I think I'm pretty okay to Brave Bird again into this slot and then flip turn into this slot. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna protect here. He can't Trick Room. Ice Beam, and Ursaluna has Headlong Rush. No surprises. I don't want him getting Trick Room up here. So I'm gonna make sure that the Pori goes down. That's probably Terra on the Ursaluna, which is fine. If he goes for like Earthquake or something here, so I'm expecting no protect here. Flip turn goes through. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. And we are going to go into our friend, the Worm. Alright, so if he uses Headlong Rush, we're fine. If he uses the normal move, I'm surprised, but we're also resisting that. Brave Bird goes in, takes out McDuck. Not bad. Not a bad start. So no more Trick Room. So I think we can Tail Rend. Headlong Rush is eaten by Mr. Orthworm. Let's go. The question is, what do I want to do now? I guess it depends on what he brings out. I can protect Talon. I can't hit the, Okay. Work Drive. I think that outspeeds me. Let's go ahead and protect here. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch back into Basque. I think that's the play. Okay, let's see what he does. This is Iron Leaves. He swaps out with that. Okay, and in the back he's got, I'm assuming that's Hydreigon. Yeah, smart. Protect. He could use a fighting move, Psyblade into the Protect. Okay, that's fine. Psyblade. Alright, so now I'm probably the fastest thing out here again. It's Grass Psychic. Do I switch out with Talon? Yeah, let's do that. I don't think... And then we can flip turn the Hydreigon. I'm gonna do a little switchy swap here. Orthworm goes out. Psyblade into Orthworm. Nice. Flip turn. It's a little chip damage in. Question is... It's probably a dark move, so that's not that comfortable for me. Terra Grass, Terra Poison. Owie, that does hurt. Okay. I'm Terra Water. So I think the play here is to Terra Water Last Respects. Let's go ahead and go that there, and we'll Terra Water Last Respects into that. So if I get the Iron Leaves out of the way, I'm not as threatened by his remaining Pokemon. I'm not like completely out of this, so I'm super happy with that. Oh, Leaf Blade still goes first. Oh no, it's so fast. Oh, how's it? It's outspeeding me and I'm scarfed. Woo! Oh, despair. Oh no. Body Press does reasonable damage, but that's gonna be game number 1. Oh man, the Iron Leaves is so fast. Oh man. I needed outspeed. That was my only hope. If I outsped, I think I win. Because I outspeed the Ursaluna. Okay, so maybe I need Flutter in the back to deal with the Iron Leaves, because that Iron Leaves is so fast. Iron Leaves also had Leaf Blade and Close Combat. And the Hydreigon had Dark Pulse. I think that's all it revealed. Okay, so it's Zangoose plus a Moongus, and then I think it's gotta be Talon plus Flutter, right? Like, leaving Bask behind always feels bad because I feel like Bask is such a strong Pokemon. But the fact that it's outsped by the Iron Leaves kind of sucks. Okay. Let's give it a go. This is the cheese strat. Got a belly drum and then tear through his team, ideally. I'm assuming he's gonna know what I'm doing as soon as he sees the lead. Okay, that's better. This is better. Oh no, it traced my immunity. Alright. We are gonna belly drum plus rage powder. He did bring his frickin' Scrafty this time, which kind of sucks for this. Because the -1 attack is, like, not ideal. But I think Belly Drum still raises me to full. Truck Room's a little awkward. He tears immediately. It's the Pori. I don't think he needs to Terra, because I don't think I've threatened the Porygon with this lead. Wait, what? Oh, I'm dumb. Wait, what? Oh, it's out prioing me. Doi. Alright, well, let's do this again. Yeah. Okay. Bum bada bum bum bum. Wee, 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 wee. Alright, maybe go ahead and call... What's better? Close combat? And we'll Rage Powder again. Please don't knock out. Oh no. Oh no. If he close combats, I'm just boomed. Wait, please don't. Please coaching again or something stupid. Oh, he coached again! I'm alive! Oh, that does nothing! Alright. So we bring in the Talonflame. We protect the Zangoose. And I am afraid. Wait. Let's go back. What's going on here? 2 out of 5 Trick Room. Let's go ahead and protect here. And we can Brave Word for Prio here. Okay, that means no protect from the Pori. Brave Word comes through, does not do enough damage. Recoil hits. Ice Beam into the protect, that's something. This is another coaching? Close combat. Okay. Do I need the double protect? I think I do. YOLO! We're going for the double protect. I don't see any other thing that I can do because of one more room of Trick Room, right? I've lost my Prio, so I can't knock out the... I mean, I could... I fail. I could probably... that just knocks out. Is it gonna... Close combat? Or did he switch? Oh, he did close combat, so that's good for me. Please knock out. Thank the Lord, man. Alright, so no Terra. That's something. Issue being Ursaluna's... well, if Ursaluna's here, it's not that bad. We made it through the Twisted Dimensions. I should outspeed everywhere here. The issue being... Does he have... Might outspeed me here. Okay, so let's do this. This is maybe greedy. I think it's like my only way to cover for the fact that he might outspeed. Okay, Leaf Blade is good. Tailwind goes up. That's also good. Knock off into the Talon. Knockoff's neutral. I don't think Flutter 3v0s. I'm just hoping he's protecting. No, he doesn't protect. Surely this, like, nearly one-hit knocks out. And, oh, it crits. Never mind. I'm not sure that mattered. I was hoping he would protect. I gotta figure out what his speed is on that Iron Leaves, because my mind is blown that it outsped my, and maybe it's just heavily invested. It's not Scarfed, right? He used different moves, so the fact that it outsped my Scarfed Basque is kind of blowing my mind, but that's what you get when you're not super knowledgeable. Down 0-2 once again. Well, that's going to be it for me for this season. Not a great record, I think 2-5. We'll get them next time. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I get the rest of these uploaded. I know I'm behind a couple weeks as of right now, so if you enjoyed, thanks for watching. Appreciate you sticking around, and make sure you follow everyone else's channels. I've been trying to put them in the description, and keep your eyes out for the playoffs, which I will not be a part of.